All right, so I am here to break your heart and probably have so many people disagree with me. But fact of the matter is, I don't see any way around it. Swerve should not win at Revolution. Here's why.
What?
I'll tell you why. So this triple threat got set up in a match where Hangman believed Swerve had to beat him in order to get a title shot. Really, it was number one contenders match, but the whole story was the fact that Swerve could not be Hangman on his own, and he hadn't. So it made all the sense in the world. So now they're both battling for the title, but from the Hangman and Swerve story, which is clearly not over after they had that draw, clearly not over. The story there is Swerve needs to beat Hangman clean. If Swerve's the babyface right now, then the ultimate end of the story is to win the title, but overcome that adversity. So I think Hangman needs to be the champion that Swerve beats one-on-one. And by doing this, you're not having Samoa Joe lose to one person, but you're having him lose in a match against two different people, so it doesn't make him look as bad losing one-on-one. Hangman can continue his tormenting of Swerve by getting the title in a sneaky way. Like, Swerve can be so close, but Hangman still stopped him, and Swerve still hasn't beat him, setting up for Swerve to win it one-on-one on one of AEW's biggest pay-per-views of the year. In fact, originally, they're number one in Double or Nothing. Babyface, big win, overcomes all the adversity, wins the title. That's how I see it. And also because this show is going to be about Sting. But that's why I think Swerve cannot win. I think it can be Hangman, and I'm kind of hoping so we can get on to Swerve winning the title. But it definitely cannot be Swerve. I know you hate this, but tell me what you think.
Brother. My brother. Look, Swerve can't win, man. So I understand the whole, he hasn't beat Hangman one-on-one. He's supposed to be the babyface in this whole thing, but Swerve is not a babyface.
Did you hear that crowd?
Look, all right. As much as we want him to be a babyface, that man I guess he gave Hangman's baby a gift because he gave him that Swerve shirt. But he broke into that man's house. He threatened that baby. Like, he broke into Nick Wayne's little garage and beat him up. And like, Nick Wayne actually looked like a little kid when he was getting beat up. And then Prince Nana danced and laughed about it.
But the thing is, Swerve referenced that all in the promos on Dynamite this week. But his promo was still the only babyface promo out of the three. I mean, Hangman tried to for the sake of swerving, but Hangman was clearly a heel. Joe's clearly a heel. Swerve was the one doing the babyface promo.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't think. I don't think that Swerve's character has changed that much to where he's gonna be like, "Oh no, I gotta beat Hangman." Like, I don't think he's got that in his head. He has got a one-track mind, and him mentioning all those things during his promo was to let you know that, hey, people might like me, but I'm still gonna do what I gotta do. Like that, I feel kind of like how MJF was when he was like, he was starting to turn babyface, but he's like, I'm still gonna be a scumbag though, right?
Just your scumbag.
He kind of he kind of went full on babyface eventually, but Swerve's not there.
I would agree with you if wrestling was real. Yes. But I say that because of the fact that it's not, it's scripted. You have storylines. If it was real, that would make sense as a personal motivation. He wouldn't give a fuck. He wouldn't. But if the company's telling a whole ass story with Hangman Page and then they do that, well, you basically just kind of really diminished a feud that clearly is not over between the two of them. Because that part of the story would kind of just be defeated, like you worked around it as opposed to addressing it directly. So that's why, in that aspect, I'm like, in reality, he shouldn't care about what Hangman does get in his way because he won't prevent him. But it's a story in a story-based business. I don't think you can ignore it.
This the feud between Hangman and Swerve is like Peter Griffin and the Chicken. It's like Randy Marsh and Bat Dad. It's just never gonna end. It's ongoing. I think that even if Swerve wins, that feud's not over. Hangman will come back again.
Oh,
And
eventually, but
get him
Austin
even
Rock.
bigger heel heat coming after Swerve again. But I do think, honestly, the story that Hangman is telling, he can't win the championship because his only thing is, I just don't want Swerve to win,
Mm-hmm.
which leads me to feel more like he might even lay down for Joe, so that just so that Swerve doesn't win.
We are not doing some finger poke of doom bullshit.
Mm,
But
no, I don't mean necessarily like just late, but he'll throw it somehow, some kind of way towards the end, some kind of screwy something where he's like, okay, well, if I'm not gonna beat Swerve, then Joe will, and at
so
least Swerve doesn't win.
so Hangman talked about he's going to be the champion, not Swerve, right? And he
Mhm.
wants to make sure Swerve doesn't win champion. So Hangman basically has two goals right now, right? And you want Hangman to hit rock bottom, right?
Mhm.
In his descent into his heel turn. Well, what better
Mhm.
way for him to hit rock bottom than for both of those missions to go up in smoke at the same exact time by losing to Swerve one on one? He can lose the title and lose his mission of stopping Swerve.
So, and now see, I'm using your thing here where wrestling isn't real life. And yeah, that makes more sense if this is real life. But in wrestling, we already know if he wins that belt, he's going to be like, "Hell yeah, I won the belt. We're done now. We're good."
No, I think he's just going to be the
Because
total
wrestling is
asshole
always like,
heel.
"Yeah, I won the belt. Ha ha.
That's
Not
what
worried
a
about you anymore."
but that's what a baby face does. He would still
Mm.
have issues with Swerve. So that's why I think he will. I think it will just descend him to being still a chicken
But
shit heel.
is he really gonna have issues with Swerve anymore once he wins the belt? Because he will have done what he said he was going to do to Swerve, which was stop him from winning that championship, and he'll be holding it himself. So I kind of feel like he would be like, "Yeah, I'm done with you now. What do I need to
Because
do with you anymore?"
the whole thing is he'd have to, in order for him to prevent Swerve from winning the title, he would have to always hold the title. So if Swerve turns around and takes it from him, and Swerve would be like, I beat you last time, and then we had a draw. Swerve and Hangman aren't done either way. So that's why I think the title changes hands whenever one of them wins it. The other person's winning it shortly thereafter from the first guy. And I'd rather have Hangman win it first so Swerve can win and hold it than have Swerve win and Hangman lose or win the belt from him within 2 months.